New here at 6, a new report reveals there are only 34 affordable rental homes available for every 100 low-income households in Illinois. There are even less options here in the Chicago area. Bob Palmer, Policy Director at Housing Action Illinois, joining us live to discuss this. Hi, Bob.
Hi there.
These numbers are staggering. How do we get to this point?
Well, most people get their housing in the private market, and that works fairly well for them. But particularly for households with the lowest incomes, we really need public support, particularly from the federal government, but also state and local government to create more affordable rental housing and also provide rental subsidies. And unfortunately, in our society, we have never provided enough resources for that. That's why we have homelessness, and that's why this report shows that statewide, there's about a shortage of 294,000 affordable and available rental units for households with the lowest incomes. In Chicago area, we're talking about like a family of four that earns about $33,000 or less.
And a lot of the money, the funding comes from the Housing and Urban Development Department, but that's being cut, the funding from there, right?
Well, actually, there is a small increase for the Housing Choice Voucher program, but the issue is that rents keep going up in the private market and people's incomes are not going up. So generally every year it costs more money to pay for each voucher. So we estimate that nationwide there'll be a loss of about 32,000 vouchers over the course of the next year, including a few thousand in Illinois, because the federal government spending isn't keeping up with the cost of housing. If we were creating more affordable housing units in our society, then that would reduce the pressure on the voucher program, but we're not doing that. And we really need the federal government to be creating more housing choice vouchers. And we're very concerned that, this budget is not good. And then future budgets based on the current administration's priorities of passing tax cuts for the wealthy and cutting taxes for the corporation is going to put even more downward pressure on programs like housing choice vouchers, homeless assistance grants, and other programs that meet basic human needs.
So, Bob, what do we do to make this better for folks who need it?
Well, people need to let their elected officials know that we believe that the federal government has a very important role in providing housing, meeting this basic human need, and we really need to shift our priorities so that we focus our government spending on meeting basic human needs like housing.
And we've talked about the state and the city, and that's two different entities as far as money is concerned, isn't it?
It is, although definitely the pressures in this current federal budget that just passed, and what we're, again, very, very concerned about subsequent federal budgets, is there's other programs that come from the Department of Housing and Urban Development that help local governments help people become homeowners or deal with vacant and abandoned properties or create more affordable rental housing. And we're also seeing a path towards a downward shift in budget cuts for those other types of programs because the current administration and the majority in Congress right now has different priorities that are focused, again, on tax cuts for the wealthy.
And those who may be watching right now, we're hearing this from here, this from here, this from here. They just want to get affordable housing. So where is the onus on the mayor, on the governor, on the president? How can we just make this happen for them, or at least start the ball rolling? I mean, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts from what you tell me, but how do we simplify this to let them know where they go for help?
Well, I would say it to the state and local government. There are a lot of good programs that the city and state are using to create more affordable rental housing, like the low-income housing tax credit. There's a lot of people, there's over 200,000 families in Illinois that are paying their rent right now through housing choice vouchers. So I think we just need to talk to our local and state elected officials about really prioritizing that in the same way that proposed cuts to Medicaid and healthcare are getting so much public attention. And hopefully that won't happen. We need to be doing the same for housing, and lifting up housing is a very crucial, important issue as well.
Not to mention letting people know that there is an issue out there, a staggering issue. Thank you, Bob Palmer. Appreciate it.
Thank you.